Hello and welcome to a new episode of 4 Minutes of History, Art and Culture in Vienna with your virtual city guide, Ferrandina-Gouriou. When you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do this now. And if you will like this episode, please leave us a thumb up, write us some comments. And if you want to support us, you can do this by Patreon or by booking some of our live tours or virtual tours. I'll leave you all the information in the description and in the first comment. Today I will talk to you about the Reformation in Vienna, in Austria, its spread and its consequences. First, I'll do a brief summary about the Reformation. So Martin Luther in 1517 was criticizing any of the practices of the Catholic Church and of its dogmas. For example, the supremacy of the Pope, the infallibility of the Council, and of course the selling of indulgences to be able to finance the construction of St. Peter's Dome in Rome. For this reason, he was asked to go to the Diet of Worms, the imperial diet, where the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, Charles V, was present too, and he was asked to recant. He did not do that. For this reason, the imperial ban was outspoken, so he was a kind of an outlaw. Every person could kill him in any moment without consequences. But he survived, so he was brought, not recognized, to the castle of Wartburg, where he was translating then the Bible from the Greek to German with the name of Junker Jörg. Afterwards, the evangelic aristocrats were protesting against this edict of Worms during the Diet of Speyer in Germany, and for this reason they were afterwards called Protestants. And so we had afterwards the religious wars from the 16th century, and they ended with the Peace of Augsburg, 1555. They said, cuius regius, eius religious, what meant that the religion of the ruler of these realms, these countries, had to be followed by the subjects. Of course, the subjects were allowed to go into another realm, but of course this was not possible for every person. What about the spread in Austria? This Lutheranism could outspread very, very fast because the Habsburgs, they needed the help of the Lutheran aristocrats against the Ottoman Turks who were about to come to Vienna. And for this reason, we've had up to the mid of the 15th century up to 70% of Lutheran in Austria and up to 90% in Bohemia. Now we are shooting this episode exactly here because we are here in the 17th district of Vienna. It's called Hernals, and this was a kind of a fortress for the Lutherans in Vienna. Vienna in the past was not here, it was just a city downtown. The rest were a lot of towns all around, and here we had a lot of aristocrats, and the Viennese lived on Sunday. The city of Vienna came here to be able to be present at Lutheran services. And we are shooting this episode here because here we have a street named after the first victim of this time of the fighting from the Catholics against the Protestants. The two most known are Balthasar Hubmaier, an Anabaptist, was sentenced to death and burned alive. The second most known is Jakob. He was burned alive too afterwards, but the first one, his name was Caspar Tauber. And there you see the Taubergasse in the 17th district. He was a cloth seller in Vienna. He was a Lutheran. He was criticizing, for example, this dogma of the purgatory. For this reason, he was brought in front of an ecclesiastic tribunal court. He was asked to recant. He did not do that. For this reason, he was sentenced to death, and then he was beheaded close to the Hundertwasser house in Vienna, and then his body was burned and his ashes were spread in the Danube. This happened this time. This is what I wanted to talk to you. Read about these things. I'll leave you any information in the description, and we see us then next week for the next episode of 4 Minutes of History, Art and Culture in Vienna. Thank you very much, and thank you. Goodbye.